Alright folks, welcome to Castlevania. I'm the mysterious JG, and I have decided to let's play the original Castlevania from the Nintendo Entertainment System, from Konami rather, for the Nintendo Entertainment System. A couple of reasons I'm doing this. It's too late for it to be a Halloween let's play, but Zerfall and Bobo the Vulture both did Halloween let's plays, which kind of made me think, oh yeah, I guess I could have probably planned to do a Halloween let's play, and I didn't. They did little short one-shot things. Zerfall did a UFO shoot-'em-up game called, I think it's called Saucer Attack, for the C64. It's always fun to see C64 games, because even though I don't have a lot of memories of them since I didn't have a C64, it's neat to see what the competition was with the DOS games that I do remember. And Bobo did a game called Graveyard Golf, which seemed pretty worthless, but it's funny because Bobo did like a scary voice for the entire 10-minute Let's Play. He stayed in character for pretty much the entire Let's Play. It was pretty awesome. I was also thinking about doing a Castlevania game, since Bobo did Castlevania, I think it's Circle of the Moon? I might be getting the name wrong, which would be pretty hilarious since I've just mentioned that it was an inspiring thing. But I thought it would be fun to do, because I really enjoyed watching that LP. Part of it was that I just kind of missed hanging out with Bobo, and that was kind of a... By nature, it's one of those Metroidvania games where you explore a large area, and Bobo takes his time with games like that, which I appreciate. I always do that, too. I didn't rush through to the conclusion. And while I did, in that game, by the end, I was interested enough in what was going on that I actually clicked on the recommended videos links and watched one or two videos of somebody else's Let's Play, just because I was getting into it, but Bobo was releasing like one video a day. But yeah, he took a leisurely time and strolled through and explored the entire thing, and it was nice. It was like getting to hang out with Bobo. And I don't really get to... I haven't been watching the Gran Turismo ones, which are probably the closest thing now to just hanging out with Bobo, but... it was during a lull in Steambot Chronicles, which is the ultimate just hang around with Bobo Let's Play, because Bobo is wandering around in this world where there's really very little pressure to accomplish things in any specific order or in any specific time limit. So he just kind of wanders around, and that's what he was doing in that game. This game, however, is a Castlevania game that I remember, because I stopped playing the Castlevania series. I haven't been playing new Castlevanias. I think probably I don't have as much of a fondness as Bobo, for example, does, because Bobo is one of the guys who followed the series through into like Castlevania Symphony of the Night and stuff like that. I played the NES games, I played the one or two of the Super Nintendo games, and that was it for me. But I do still, like anyone, have a profound appreciation of Castlevania. So let's get started with the Castlevania LP. Wait for the atmospheric intro to end so I can turn the volume a little bit. Alright. Analog stick does not work, JG. Try to remember that. Awesome, fully powered up whip here. And a knife. And game sounds. And this is the music that's shown up in like every Castlevania game since, because they're all basically referring back to this. Actually, I'm not sure if Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest had it, but when it first showed up in Castlevania 3, Bobo and I were really excited. Stop talking about Bobo so much. I'm gonna start referring to him as the Let's Player that I don't want to name, a la Grimmett. What else I shouldn't be talking about? Ow! Simon Belmont falls very quickly off the stairs. This game has, it's not as bad as Mega Man in the sense of like lots of new techniques that if you go back and play Mega Man 1 and you suddenly realize you can't slide or charge up a power shot, it's like, weird for you. This game doesn't have as much of that because the future Castlevania games didn't change what... At least the future NES Castlevania games didn't change what the Belmont character could do so much. Now, if you start wanting to like swinging around Super Castlevania style, you'll be out of luck with it. So for me, let's talk a little bit about my Castlevania history. The first Castlevania game I ever played was Simon's Quest, because the fact that Simon's Quest came out at all Similar to Mega Man 2, there was this assumption, I don't know if it was just for people of my generation, or if all kids have this assumption, but the thinking was always, if they made a sequel, that must mean that the first one was pretty good, even if you never played it. And, like, the first game must have been a hit, so the sequel's probably going to be pretty good, too. And in video games, much more so than in the world of movies, the sequels tend to be as good as the originals, although it's only when a game starts getting many, many entries that you start looking for it to suck, like Mega Man, 7 for the Nintendo Entertainment System, or maybe it was 6. I don't know which one was the last NES Mega Man, but there came a point where you're like knowing that it was not going to be as good as some of the earlier classic Mega Man titles. And in a way, then, Simon's Quest was kind of the first game that in a lot of people's minds proved that video games could follow the sequelitis rules also, and the sequels could suck. Because a lot of people had a lot of complaints about Simon's Quest, although it's fairly highly reviewed now. People seem to have fond memories of it, but they make fun of aspects of it, like the really bizarre dialogue the townspeople throw at you, but invisibility potion, or whatever the heck it actually is, invincibility. I think it was called invisibility in the manuals, or maybe it was just the How to Win a Nintendo book. So I remember thinking that you weren't really invisible, but you still wanted to get this item. But yeah, the first one we owned was Simon's Quest, which was a weird game in certain ways. And then the first one that played similar to this that we had was Castlevania 3. And yet, I'm going to play this game anyway. My test play off screen, I actually beat this guy without getting hit at all, so... Anyway, I haven't really explained very much about the game to you. You should already be fairly familiar with this game, most likely. It's the original Castlevania game. We just beat Stage 1 with its boss, the Giant Bat. This is a game with infinite continue. I've lost my double shot. I guess you don't carry that from one act to another. Or maybe I lost it because I switched weapons. So what the hell is that? They're just messing with me. There's nothing in... Oh. This thing gives me points. Well, I don't really care about the score. I believe the other later Castlevania games pretty much drop the score tally, don't they? And you have limited time in this stage, and in all stages in this game. So, you really can't afford to be lollygagging about anyway. This is a game where Ninja Gaiden games got like this too. You only had so much time. And if you get killed and continue in the middle of the stage somewhere, you'll have plenty of time. But if you manage to get all the way from the beginning to the end of the stage without dying, you're probably going to end up running out of life anyway, which is frustrating. So, first stage down, no real problems. This game gets pretty difficult by the end. At least that's my recollection. These are the first appearance ever of the dreaded Medusas, who... If you ever get a list of most annoying game enemies and it was created by somebody who knows what they're talking about, the Medusas always feature. They are and you just saw one of my least favorite features of this game. The fact that that when you get a crappy weapon, it replaces your good weapon, and you don't have a chance to switch back. That's an innovation in later Castlevania games where people just got really frustrated, because out of habit you whip all the candles. Candles, as you hopefully have noticed by now, you whip them, and then you die. My mistake. Medusas are tough to hit and super irritating. I'll lose half my life with these damn things, aren't I? You get power-ups, and hearts are ammo for special weapons. You can only carry one special weapon at a time. You get hearts and special weapons by whipping the candles. as you just saw, it's relatively easy to get knocked to your death. Oh, I might get my first game over in the second stage. That would not really say much for my skill at this game. You have infinite continues in this game, folks. It's an old school NES game where the game could get quite difficult, but by and large, if you devote a day to playing it, you're going to be able to win. Though Dracula himself, major pain in the ass to kill at the end of this game. The plot is, of course, that you are Simon Belmont and that you're trying to kill Dracula. And trying to get... I'm not doing well here at all. It's hardly surprising that the Medusas are being the first thing to give me major problems. There's a couple of really irritating enemies in this game. The Medusas and the Hunchbacks are, I remember, as being particularly irritating. Because they don't really take a lot of hits to kill, they're just difficult to hit. So they just seem like irritating little guys. The Axe Knights, they seem pretty scary and badass, so if they kill you, you kind of feel like, okay, I got killed by a big, scary, badass monster. Axe Knight, I thought I was going to be able to take that hit and not fall to my death. Okay, so I'm getting off to a crap start here. And you just start over at the beginning of the stage. I need to try and remember this time not to get the candle with a dagger. You can, of course, reveal the dagger and then not pick it up. But that basically involves you being really careful, making sure that you don't jump and swing like I just did there. You have to be at a distance when you hit the thing. And that can be difficult if you're trying to also evade Medusas or whatever. Alright, here's our first continuation point, and pathetically, this is as far as I could get without getting my first game over. You'll notice that the things that were power-ups to my whip, when you have a fully powered-up whip, just become regular hearts. The extra long whip is very useful. I think the chain whip does more damage than the leather whip, and the extra long whip, of course, gives you extra range. And this is, of course, where Medusas are deadly, because they hit you when you've just crossed a jump and knock you back and kill you. These guys are basically just 2 hits to kill, and they wander back and forth. That's it. They're about as generic as an enemy's going to get in this game. Anytime you see 2 blocks stacked together like that, there's a good chance there's a hidden item in there. Well, it's not necessarily a good chance, but it just means it's worth checking. This guy appears to be walking over towards me, and it's going to make it difficult to get over here and look at this. Just points, not really worth the trouble. Normally I wouldn't trade the stopwatch, which freezes enemies. Oh, what the hell are you doing, JG? That was really stupid. Boomerang is a better weapon than the dagger. They're probably both better than the stopwatch against most bosses, but the next boss, the boss at this stage, is the only boss in the game, unless maybe the first boss is susceptible to it also, that is susceptible to the stopwatch. The stopwatch freezes enemies. Maybe this LP was a really bad idea. I'm playing a lot of the strategy type games. Exploration games like StarCraft, strategy games like RTK, Panzer General, and even I'm done recording Panzer General, and it's still, I'm being haunted with irritating comments. Somebody made a comment on Panzer General today that just really ticked me off. They made a comment, and I kind of responded to it, and maybe I was a little bit more, had more attitude than I intended, but they they commented something about how, oh, you should buy artillery, and I was like, oh, you just can't make people happy. Somebody else commented exactly the opposite. And the guy, like, it was like, I just play it the way that I want to now because I'm getting all this conflicting advice. I can't make everyone happy. Guy fired back, called me, like, told me how arrogant I was. I'm not watching this LP if you're gonna be that arrogant. I mean, it's so obvious you need to do what I say. But hey, you know best, right? The game designers want you to do this, but, well, clearly you're the expert. It's like, he just got really mean about it. And I'm like, dude, all I'm saying is that people are giving me lots of conflicting comments. And you're doing exactly that now. And it's like, oh, I can't win. One way to win is to stop talking about it in another LP. But either way, I'm like, holy crap. One of my favorite games ever, and LPing it has, like, ruined it. Castlevania, well, people are going to comment, hey, you should have not fallen into that pit there and died, dumbass, but I can't really argue with them. Like, no, I have a tactical reason for getting hit by a Medusa and knocked into a pit here. Hopefully there'll be some food here. Yay, there's food here. Meat restores half of your stamina meter, so it's a very good item. As you can probably guess by looking at them, you don't want to get caught underneath these things. You can jump on top of them, I think. No. You can't jump on top of them. You can jump on top of them in later games. Maybe you can jump on top of them here and I didn't time it right, but I had full strength and I got myself killed. That was not smart. Oh, and I didn't go forward far enough, and now I got another freaking game over. Guys, I'm definitely beginning to question the wisdom of this LP choice. Okay, let's try this again. I figured... Oh, jeez, come on, GG, come on. See, he takes 3 hits to kill, because I have the leather whip. And, I lost a whip power up there, although I believe that was a random drop from killing the enemy. Occasionally that can happen. So, it's not like I wasted a candle power up. That was not worth jumping down here after one heart. Ooh, but there's a double. I wouldn't have found this otherwise. Now if I can stay alive, whatever may occur, this will actually be quite useful. Game is pretty unforgiving about timing of jumps and stuff. Nest difficulty, folks. So anyway, although it's not going that well so far, I'm hoping this will end up being a good LP. I have become far more aware than I ever was before coming to Afghanistan of video size. And these NES videos are not... You record these NES games, they don't make anywhere near the kind of file size that I get when I'm trying to record, like, Final Fantasy X. And, like, 720 DPI PS2 game ends up being these honking huge files that are difficult for some people to watch. And I'm much more aware of that now than I ever was before. See, that thing dropped, holy water. One issue is that a new head spawns immediately when you... Well, it seems like that in other games. Immediately when you kill one. So it's sometimes not a good idea to even kill them. You just want to jump over and evade it so that you can proceed while it's still flying past you, trying to get off the screen before another one spawns. Because only one of them will spawn on screen at a time. I didn't mean to do that, actually. Even though I said it's the only stage where that's useful against the boss. Now that I had a double power-up, I was going to try to hold on to the boomerang. And the double power-up went away. I guess it's when you get a new weapon. That was almost a disaster. I'm Simon. I'm going to kill Dracula. I'll kill him for good this time. There's no way home. Come back this way. Be JG cannot jump to save his life, he sucks. JG keeps wanting to jump into these tough beds. JG sucks. JG sucks. Although I can kill that. You suck me sometime. really sucks. It means that this food here is not going to get me back to full strength. But I've really got to figure out how I'm going to get past these damn spiky things. I just kind of underestimated how difficult it would be because I tried to jump over one at first just to showcase that, but I don't even know if you can do that in this game. Then I hung around here trying to get this candle instead of just getting out of the way. I went too soon, apparently. But at least I got to the continuation point. I've got to be close to the end of the stage. What? I protest. Thinks the JG doth protest. Too much JG is not doing well this game right now. It's bothering me that I can't get this candle. None of these items are worth the risk that I take. Especially not that. Why in the world did I wander back into the depth? Oh, spirits. These guys can be nasty. Okay. Now I owe it to myself to finish the level here. These are interesting enemies. They can only fly in the direction of that head that is facing. And they can fire either way. Oh, shoot. I totally screwed that up. You have to time it so that you hit their fireballs. I think you can duck. I'm not sure if you can duck under them, though. Hey, buddy. These guys show up after you've passed. He was queued up in that spot for the whole time, but he won't show up until after you've walked by. More food would be nice, although, frankly, the level isn't that hard. It doesn't need to give you that many chances to get your health back. I'm just screwing up. I knew it. I knew Medusas would be coming back. This is the Medusa level. I believe they will show up later in the game, but this is kind of their home territory. Because here comes Medusa! For reals! Yay, so spaz out with weapons, that's what I tend to do against bosses. And that leads to victory. Alrighty. So we're about 1/3 of the way through the game. But the levels get a lot harder, which is why I'm worried about the fact that I'm already dying a lot. Triple changers. Let's get the triple changers out here. I don't remember if this is a boss against whom this is a good weapon, though. I probably should end the video here, but I mentioned that the Medusas and the Hunchbacks would be irritating enemies to me. See, this would not be that bad if I had an axe to use against those guys. These guys can be frustrating too if you're trying to avoid taking any damage, which, you know, you should be. It's a freaking game where you want to avoid taking damage. I'm not gonna go mess with that. I'm having enough trouble without hunting down more. It's like I'm getting hit by everything. Damn it. I was trying to duck and I was on stairs and that screwed everything up. And this would be a great time to find some food. Wow, I'm surprised I got out of that without a scratch. And once again, the dangers of just hitting candles when you're standing on them will automatically retrieve whatever the item is. Well, I got to the continuation point, probably. These doors usually represent a continuation point. Not always. really hoping there'd be food there. So, this is it, my last life. Before I start this level over. It'd be really nice if I could finally... Well, I was going to say finally beat a level on the first try. I'd beat level 1 on the first try. There's no food there anyway. It was a fool's errand. If I want the boomerang, I have to... Ah! Thought I'd be able to sidestep him. Her. I mean, presumably they're females with Medusa heads. Forget it, I don't care about the boomerang that much. I don't even know what boss is at the end of this level. This is better than nothing. Trying to see if we can duck under these fireballs. Oh no, you can whip them. This is what the, stopwatch does. Unless I can find some food, I really don't have much of a chance here. And these, I keep thinking these bridges are going to start collapsing. I don't know if that happened, if that started happening yet until later games, though. Okay, you can't duck them. This would totally be a collapsing bridge in a later game. Damn it. Stop, there we go. It's looking good for a while there. It's making some progress, but no, I was thinking if I could find food, maybe I'd have nearly full health at the end of the stage. I hate these guys. At least he didn't respawn. I was going to be able to scroll out of existence. Basically, you just gotta... I mean, I don't know why I wasn't doing this before. I guess I just forgot the tactic, but you gotta wait till they commit and then take them out. They got a fairly predictable movement pattern, although they move fast. They jump back and forth and they're kind of weird. Not that predictable, I suppose. I hate these guys. I thought I was going to be a disaster for a second. Okay, I don't know how I'm supposed to get that heart without dying, but I'm not dying for it. That was interesting. I always liked Holy Water because it can hit for multiple hits worth of damage on a target. Bobo always favored the axe. I think the axe is easier to hit a lot of things with, especially, of course, flying enemies. There's certain things you're just never going to be able to hit them with Holy Water. But like triple shot Holy Water, man, you can kill something that's on the ground fast. That was angled exactly wrong for what I wanted, which was not to get hit. He's not doing as bad, he cannot sing unicorn there. I did not mean to get that power up. That was a bad mistake. I'm kind of sorry. JD's fault. It is you. Would fall to his death. Okay, so I was gonna do like a... I keep looking for places to stop this video. Now I'm at the half-hour mark, so I guess it's a question of, do I keep playing till I win this stage, or do I just, the next time I don't win, I stop? these old NES games, didn't they? I guess it's just me being nostalgic for the way I remember games when I was a kid. Simon Belmont doesn't have much personality, he doesn't even have a face, but the enemies, like, man, you really come to hate those old skeletons. How many hearts did that cost me? I've got 9 hearts now. 10, 15. 4 hearts to use the stopwatch and get killed anyway. Oh great, it wore off while we were in the transferring from one room to another sequence. That's not fair. Oh, I'm screwed here. I was gonna die, but I think you always start with 5 hearts. Maybe if you have more than a certain number, you start with half of what your stopping hearts were, but just, yeah, thank you, fly away. Okay, I'm getting better. Temptation is always just to slam the button as fast as you can against those guys, and it's not really the best strategy most of the time. Ooh, that's Dracula's spooky lair back there. That's Tower Knight Castle itself. Oh, these are the bosses. That's really close. I think there's actually food in here with them, too. Well, maybe not. I think against these guys, there really isn't much strategy except keep attacking. This would be a great time to actually finish this, though. Phew, barely. I'm gonna go ahead and save my game. Well, I'll wait till we get past this. Save the game and end the video, folks. We are now halfway through the game. Second half's gonna be a lot harder than the first half. So I just saved. And we just fell into a pit. We just fell into a pit, folks. Usually that's not a good thing. In this game, it would appear to be an ugly necessity. So when we come back, well, I think it's going to take more than one video to do the last 3 stages. Well, this is called Stage 10, but I think the last 3 areas, however they want to organize it, they're going to take a little bit more work. But hopefully we'll be able to conquer Dracula, and then he'll be gone forever. We'll never have to play another Castlevania game. This is Mysterious JG. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.